As Nawaz Sharif is set to supposedly return back to Pakistan along with a set of political challenges, he also faces various legal challenges. The first and foremost legal challenge that he faces are his convictions in the Al Azizia and Avonfield references. Both of these convictions are valid, they haven't been set aside or suspended by a court of law, and both of these convictions hold the field. Nawaz Sharif was serving his sentence in the Al Azizia reference, which was for a period of 7 years, when he was granted bail on the basis of certain medical grounds. However, this was for a limited time period. Later, the Islamabad High Court, in its written order when hearing appeals against his conviction, noted that despite several hearings on the matter, Nawaz Sharif did not present himself before the court. On this basis, the court declared Nawaz Sharif as a fugitive from the law. The Islamabad High Court also noted in its order that an absconder and a fugitive loses certain procedural and substantive rights. One of the rights that an absconder and a fugitive loses is the right to audience. On this basis, the Islamabad High Court dismissed Nawaz Sharif's appeal against his convictions as he was absconding from the law and he had lost the right to audience. The Islamabad High Court did, however, say that if Nawaz Sharif surrenders before the court or if he's captured by the authorities, in that case he can make an application to the court to have his appeals against the convictions heard on the merits. However, since Nawaz Sharif has been declared as a fugitive and an absconder by the courts, he would in the first instance need to present himself and surrender before the courts. Another possible hurdle for Nawaz Sharif is his disqualification from politics, and this ties in with the question of his conviction. Under the Constitution, in certain cases, there is a bar on a convicted person being elected as a member of parliament for a period of 5 years after release. So Nawaz Sharif would need to have his conviction either set aside or suspended if he wants to be elected as a member of parliament. It's not enough to have the sentence suspended. Nawaz Sharif would also need to have the conviction either set aside or suspended. There's also a Supreme Court decision which states that Nawaz Sharif is disqualified under Article 62(1)(f) for not being honest and ameen. As per a latest decision, the disqualification period under Article 62(1)(f) is to be for life. However, the previous PDM government introduced various amendments to the Election Act. One of the amendments was that the disqualification period under Article 62(1)(f) is to be for a period of 5 years. There is various dispute about whether this could have been done and whether a Supreme Court decision effectively interpreting the Constitution could have been undone through an Act of Parliament. However, the amendments to the Election Act have not been set aside or suspended by a court. So effectively, if Nawaz Sharif wants to be elected as a member of Parliament, he would need to have his conviction set aside or suspended. Another possible challenge for Nawaz Sharif is the Supreme Court decision striking down the NAB amendments. Previously, as per the NAB amendments, the minimum jurisdiction of NAB was set at Rs 500 million. This meant that cases below Rs 500 million did not come within the jurisdiction of NAB, and NAB could not take cognizance of cases which were below Rs 500 million. So essentially, a lot of cases were taken out of the jurisdiction of NAB, and since the amendments have now been struck down by the Supreme Court, the minimum jurisdiction doesn't apply, and NAB can take cognizance of cases which are under Rs 500 million, and various cases which were previously closed or returned will now be reopened, and this may affect the former Prime Minister as well. And there are various legal challenges that the former Prime Minister faces, but the first step is to return and surrender before the courts, which he has been absconding from.